Time to turn it up a notch. My name is Scott Elkins. Let's chop it up.
Turn me up!
We be going over time. We be going over time.
That's what them haters are saying. Tell me what you want.
We be going over time.
They gon' make me ride on this one, nigga.
We be going over time.
Get 'em.
We be going over time. We be going over time.
Hey, tell me what you want.
We be going over time.
Tell me what you want.
We be going over time.
Y'all gon' make me come out.
Chop it up. Chop it up. Chop it up.
Yeah, let's get 'em. Yeah, they chose to make it so. Guess that.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all know who it is and what it is. It's your boy Sos Dior, the Chop It Up podcast. I got a great show for you guys today. So, out working in the scene, you know, working with Lady Scribe and some other people, you know what I'm saying? Had a really cool opportunity to meet a pioneer in the Seattle hip hop scene. Today we got on the show Scott Elkins from Scott Elkins Media Group. So right now we chilling at his spot, you know what I'm saying, and we just chopping it up, man. We've actually had a little bit of conversation prior to the start of the show, but man, just to dive in, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity, because you know, like, a lot of people don't realize sometimes, like, as we start to get bigger in the game, sometimes it's not as easily accessible. Not to mention, we got an invite only event going on tomorrow, so his phone's probably gonna be blowing up the entire show. But thank y'all for being patient with us as we work through it.
I'm on the phone right now with my beautiful lady and my daughter.
Okay.
And like I said, in my career, there's never been coverage of this caliber that has even inquired on covering me. And my beautiful lady had to interview literally on the news one time. And your equipment is beautiful. I'm flabbergasted, my friend. We are in an era that a lot of people don't pay attention to detail when it comes to being in music and media. And you obviously have a great attention to detail that is 100% noticed and respected.
I appreciate that.
Baby, let me call you back when I'm done with this. Yeah, I'll call you back. Good boy. Sorry about that.
No, you good. That's the whole point. Is we just being authentic and true to the story. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So prior to the beginning of the show, guys, like I was explaining to Scott, like, you know, I'm originally from Seattle. Just came back to the scene because a lot of y'all know I was in Canada. But really, what's been inspiring for me is just seeing
y'all got good baloney.
You know, who's the mover and shakers going on in the city, right? And who's really making moves. And so, you know, Lady Scribe introduced me to Scott, and we've been chopping it up ever since.
Don't say that.
You know what I'm saying?
If we were body parts, I'd be a fucking toenail. Lady Scribe is like the heart.
Fair enough.
I was blessed at one point to meet some people that like the way that I present my art. They like the energy that I put into it, and I feel like not enough artists do that.
Yeah.
We were talking about intent,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what really excites me, is if it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough.
Right.
And you saw the way my demeanor, my tone of voice, my attitude, and my speech patterns changed when we started unloading the equipment. That is respect for the culture, and you feel it. And when you feel it in here, then everything changes.
Yeah.
I tell my guys, cover the A, B's, and C's. Your passion is already there. But cover the stuff you don't like, and the stuff that you do like just grows bigger. Like, you'll wonder how it got so big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And what's crazy too, y'all, is like, so we was doing some promo work for some events coming up, Seattle Sound Music Awards, and Scott was there, and he was doing his take, man, and it was crazy because, like, he came in and he literally one-taked it, knew exactly what it was, no bloopers, you know what I'm saying, like, that to me was kind of funny because as y'all know on the beginning of the show, you see all the bloopers from like people trying to remember their lines before they start the show. So for Scott to come in and just one take it was like, wow, like this guy is different. So for me, it inspired me to like want to learn more about him, and so like just figuring out who he was, what he was about, the fans that follow him.
The promo game is vicious. Ferocious, I dare say.
Yeah.
At a young age, I was the skinny white kid in a party full of black folks. And you already know there's auntie, there's there's unc's friends from work, there's auntie's friends from the office, there's the grandsons, there's the thugs, there's the preppies. No, I circulated straight around the thugs. And you want to have that respect. You want to have the respect to your peers. And the only thing that was large about me until very late in life was my voice. My voice has always sounded like this. It's very unique. It's natural. It's not because of sickness or smoking or age. I sounded exactly like this when I was 15. I've been made fun of as the gravelly voiced guy. So much so it put me into a depression. I started wearing all black and referring to myself as the Johnny Cash of rap. And it kind of stuck. And you find even in a lot of the things that you don't like about yourself that it's the framework of who you are as a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just try and take what's there and rock with it. And if you can rock with it enough to where years later people still remember and feel what I felt and have that passion for it, and it fires them up when they see me walk in a room, like Harrison Little. Shout out Harrison Little.
Yep.
I literally walked in the room and the man went, yes. He didn't know I was coming, but knowing that I was the one there changed the mood of the room. That's what you aim for, especially being a lover and long-time follower and blogger for sports entertainment. Professional wrestling has given me a essence of art in just trusting myself and knowing that even when I fuck up, I am my worst critic. So 90% of the time, I'm the only one that noticed.
Right.
So if I fuck up, I shut up. And to overthink yourself is the number one killer in our world.
Yeah.
Just pull the trigger on it. If I had a dime for every time I see somebody sending me a what's that, a Dropbox file or a rough quotations rough draft version, just put the title on it, put the label on it, just fucking bet on yourself.
Yeah.
I won Music Media and Marketing Mind of the Year in 2024 for the SSMAs.
Hey.
And literally, I didn't even ask. It wasn't even a contest. They created an award category and automatically gave it to me. And it's just because I trust myself. And if other people don't trust me the way I trust myself, then let me do it myself. And if people don't like the way I do it, then go do it somewhere else. The Northwest is a big place.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that come to me for one job or one contract or one question, pay a commission, and I don't talk to them for years. It's fine. But this information turns me into a buzzsaw and a lion caged up in a fucking ferret cage if I can't share it.
Right.
So being able to take myself at 20 years old and use my music to go from sleeping on the street to having a place. Now, 24 years later, I'm celebrating my 44th year of life. And doing it in a way that no client I've ever worked with has ever seen anything close to. Just that location makes my price to them double, which is why I said yes.
Wow.
And then I put a larger cover on it than any cover I've ever promoted. I always promote $10 covers. Promoters, take the 20 for 10. Give them 20 tickets, $10 a piece, $200 register. Give me $100 a night of the show, or right now, keep the rest. I'll never ask for more than I'm willing to put you in position to make. I used that format to book over 15,000 shows in 20 years.
That's amazing.
Hey,
so y'all, he's spitting game right now. Y'all gotta pay attention.
111 South Horton Street in Seattle. I think it's like Fuego Mexican Lounge or some shit now. Used to be Studio 7. Seattle has no Studio 7. I took over Studio 7 just from the sound of my voice and the fact I bet on myself. So much so, I used to stomp on the stage and scream at rappers, stop rapping over your vocal. You are in my dungeon. This is my floor. Go get your ninja suit on and come battle me. And it made the level of talent required in the room go up.
Hold that thought. Did y'all hear what he just said? So let me rewind that for you who missed it. He just said that like when you was rapping, stop rapping over your vocals. If y'all saw the Locks versus Dipset in the versus battle, y'all know exactly what we talking about, because Jadakiss called out Dipset for doing that exact thing. So y'all need to pay attention. This is real right here. You know what I'm saying? Like
there is some music that can be harmonized with. I have a hoarse voice. I also have a very unique voice that comes off to where I literally have to stand 3 to 5 feet away from the microphone when I speak. I'm powerful vocally by nature. And so I have to use that sparingly, especially at my age. I have to focus and show and consolidate and what's the word I'm looking for? Distribute it properly, my energy levels. Otherwise, by the end of the night, I've had such bad headaches, my nose starts bleeding, ears start bleeding because I've blown eardrums. But literally, I would go to Afton and Earth Entertainment shows, those guys that sell ticket premiums for Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And literally, the general manager liked my stuff so much. He said, I like the way you present yourself. If you come back and host, I'll always give you a 20-minute set and you eat and drink free forever.
That's what's up.
I'm down.
That's what's up.
I just took one opportunity and turned it into a residency. So hell or high water, I don't care where my life was at. I made sure that somebody called me from the building. Yeah, we got Afton here this day. Yeah, we got Earth here this day. Because they would send down a ticket rep, and the ticket rep didn't know who I was. So the second I showed up, the venue security would be like, he fucking works here. He's our MC. Fuck you. He's hosting. I did that for 4 or 5 years. Probably once or twice a month. 4 or 5 years. So we're talking 70, 100 shows, something like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes 2 a month. But for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And
that's deep.
You know, at that point, you start like, I'm hungry. I had already met Scribe. We had gone our separate ways, that kind of thing. I wanted to build my own. And so after 5 years of doing that, I said, fuck it. After the show one night, I went up, grabbed a beer out of the cooler, and I pretty much was family. I could go leave my shit in the manager's office during the show. Like, I was a member of the staff.
Right.
I grab a beer, and I walk down, and I was just fucking with Tracy Moody, who's the owner of the show. Rest in peace, Tracy Moody. Good guy, one of the main people that gave me a break in my career. He owned Studio 7, so he ran all the shows there. I pointed at Brother Lynch Hung, I pointed at Drewski, Dirtbag Dan, Kung Fu Vampire, and Recognized from Mayday, and I pointed at motherfucking Hobson, and I said, no, it was Fora, a Mexican kid named Fora. That show was weird. And I said, I want to host all 3 of them shits, but here's the catch, I want to keep my ticket sales. And he goes, well, what do you mean? I said, I'm not doing another gig on your point until you give me some love. I've given you 5 years of work. You've let me spread my name. Well, now my name needs to show that my work has meant something.
Right.
So if you think I'm good, let me grow. And he gave me even better than the Brother Lynch Hung. He put me on 3-6 Mafia, Twisted Insane, and Whitney Payton at Studio 7. He literally put me in the room with a Grammy winner, an Oscar winner, and a Golden Globe winner.
That's what's up. That's crazy.
DJ Paul.
Yeah.
Shout out DJ Paul. That's where I met my good buddy Compton Menace, Interscope. And for those of you that don't know, Compton Menace was the two-tone blood with Mac 10 walking on the bus in the beginning of Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
Which one of y'all throwing that BK out the window, bruh? Like, that was him. We got a record called Sparks coming. You know, it's a journey for everybody, but as long as you pay attention to that love and you respect it, then stuff grows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I feel like I'm talking to
No, you spitting game, man. Like, it's funny you mentioned Compton Menace because I actually had an opportunity to go down to LA last year, and I had this record that I was working on, and so they, the people in the room, I won't say names, but they was basically like, yo, like, you should look at trying to get Compton Menace on the record. So now so fast forwarding the tape, it's like, man, like, I'm going through LA people to meet Compton Menace, but I got a man right here in the room because he put in his work. Who can
get him on a video right now?
You know what I'm saying?
It was kind of a funny story. The manager of Lake City Guitar Center in Seattle was this big fat rocker dude named Scott. And me and Rocker Scott were smoking weed in the backstage room in Studio 7. Everybody remembers where the stage was at. Well, there's a hallway outside that staff door, and right next to it is the stage prep room. And that's the backstage area for hip-hop shows. So we're back there, and this big, tall NBA-looking motherfucker comes back there, mind you, I'm the boss dog in that fucking place. Comes back there like, and he didn't have his jewelry on or nothing. Had his hoodie on. He's like, "What's up? Who's the manager, man?" And I'm like, "Who the fuck are you? Get out of my! What are you doing? Fuck over here! What are you? Get out of!" You know, I freaked out on him.
Yeah.
And Big Scott had to come in because, you know, big ass black dude, and then me freaking out on him. Obviously, he was like, yeah. But Scott explained it to him, and later in the night, he actually shouted me out on stage. He was like, "Ballsiest white boy I've ever seen on a hip hop show." I was like, ugh.
Speaking of that, like, cause you mentioned it before, and I kind of wondered too, like, being okay. Let's put this into perspective, y'all. So, Game 365 just put out a podcast flyer basically, and was shouting out like the top artists here in the I-5 corridor. So, looking at that list, and I'll see if I can get a copy of it. But looking at that list, a lot of the artists were black. So, with that being said, I recognize 7 out of the 31, which is kudos for me. I recognize 7. But the bigger point of it is being a white artist in a predominantly like black culture. How is that like?
Let's get specific. My father was born in Nanakuli, Hawaii. I'm half German and half Hawaiian.
Okay.
My middle name is Kimo, after my grandmother, and Vernon, after my grandfather. My dad's name is Scott Kimo Elkins. I am Scott Vernon Kimo Elkins.
Okay.
I believe in being genuine and realistic. So technically, my father wasn't even born in this country because Hawaii became a state in 1979.
Okay.
I was born in 81. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Anything before 79, it was a different country over there.
Right.
It was called minority. And you'll find minority people in either the Hawaiian and Samoan or Fiji Islands or in New Zealand, oddly enough.
Yeah.
So you guys can learn more about that. Watch the new Chief of Hawaii series on Apple Plus TV with Jason Momoa.
Okay.
So my culture is very important to me because a lot of people put a generality, especially in our genre. You know what I'm saying? I believe I bring something to the table that only I have the physical and spiritual ability to bring. And that's what, when you break it down to the basic point, what are you doing as an artist? You're becoming a small business.
Right.
Your
brand. Yeah.
You got to brand yourself as a small business. So why are people thinking like individuals as they market themselves as a small business? That's why shit like TMZ gets people all messed up with incorrect behaviors.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
When I brand myself as a small business and put my name on it, means I'm hiding nothing. I'm out there. I don't have a tag name. I have nothing to hide. So when people come with negative information for me, you know what it shows? That they're nosy. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, I'm not the one with the problem. But if you want a problem, I say no problem. There's levels to respect and there's admiration for a culture above everything. And when you want to respect that culture, you want to do it correctly. I've been professionally trained in song structure for the hip hop genre, but I've also put in that time. I've gone to every major city in the country, training as a marketer, knocking doors, learning human behavior, not in a classroom or reading a book, actually interacting with people.
Yeah.
I've been to South Padre Island, Texas. I've been to Ybor City in Miami. I've been to the nightlife in New York. I've been to Louisiana. I've been to damn near every party city in the United States.
Yeah.
My favorite's Chico, California. 5 exotic dances per capita for every one young man. Bing bong.
Take note.
It's just having that understanding brings a bigger confidence of understanding you only live once. I lost my brother to the cancer demon 6 years ago, Zach Swift. That was one thing that he would always tell me, is you live once, so pull the fucking trigger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I seen an old man on TikTok. He leaned in with no teeth, you know what he did? Jail is temporary, life is once. You punch that motherfucker in the face and live on, baby. and stuff like that sticks with me.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you going to be remembered for?
Right.
Always holding back.
Right.
Always saying, wait a minute, I can't do that. Always being or going for it. Because you never know what that result is going to be. When my wife of 16 years met me I was living out of a backpack on my mother's living room floor. I just called them with this in our living room. It's that kind of stuff. My 16-year-old was born into my journey. And for her to see where it was to where it is now, that is why I'm here. If that is the largest piece of equity that I've gained in my life is inspiring my child to see nothing become something, then I've done my job.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's really in the art world, that's really what it's for. Because I feel like nobody artistically gets appreciated till after they're gone.
Yeah, that's true. You see that happen a lot. Just out of curiosity, so like, does your daughter like pick up like music like now that because she's seen you basically grow up in it? Okay.
I had a really nasty breakup with my 18-year-old mom. I won't get into it, but she wasn't loyal, and I have to be loyal to who I am as a person in my craft. I was chosen for this. Music chooses you. You don't choose music. And music is not a place to go. It's not a goal to achieve. It's not a destination to arrive at. It is the vehicle of life. And it's a purpose. And it deserves to be respected as an entity and a spirit all its own. And music has never faltered in my life. When I focus on my art, my life stays good. And recently I've learned not to totally put my art down, but to implement something that only, I believe, elite level people in business and life know how to do, and that's the law of scarcity. Because there's almost a limitation of increasing your value when you're constantly available and when you're constantly accessible. So I just stopped being accessible. Tomorrow night will be my first time touching a microphone in the stage in 18 months. But last time I did, it was hosted by Peter Dante from Grandma's Boy, Water Boy, the Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
And it was produced by Scott McKinley, a good friend of mine, and Redman.
That's what's up. Yeah.
And if it's not at that level, then, if it's not at this level, then, if it's not at the level of the art I've been showing you that you could look forward to for my performance tomorrow, then I'd rather be with my family.
Yeah.
And from my heart and in my mind, I respect the art enough to know when to fire and when to put my shit in my holster.
Yeah, that's facts though. That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I tell my children, like, listen, if life puts you in a situation to where you need to get nasty quickly, your father is a bazooka. I'm not a revolver. I'm not a shotgun. I'm not a fucking rocket. I'm a goddamn bazooka. And what happens when you fire a bazooka? Can you put that motherfucker back?
Hell no.
No. I will crush everything in my path that is between you and I. And I will get to you and guarantee your safety and comfort and relaxation because you're a provider, you're a father. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
You gotta be that way with every single solitary creation you make. And if you're not like that, then no disrespect. We have nothing to talk about. I'm cool. Guys that used to throw me from on the flyer to, we ain't got space for you, or bugging me now, put new friend requests in. I'm cool. Keep that energy you had back then. It seems to work for you. I'm cool. No disrespect too. I wish people the best. I don't ever want the art to make me feel any resentment towards people, but I am an elephant of memory. I do not forget. When there's a bad vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had been talking to Scribe for a few weeks, and she knew that I was kind of hiding out artistically.
Yeah.
She knew I was pretty bitter. I was pretty upset about the way things that were going in my management situation, and offered the event tomorrow, and I said, fuck it, let's ride. So you know what? Let's ride. One last time. Called up the boys, and it was, it's a wrap. As soon as we pull the trigger on something, I feel like I have that energy to a point that it gets exciting. And I want people to get inspired. And for them to get inspired, that means I got to lock in. And once I fucking lock in, yeah, shit changes. Call them mountain movers. There's people that are piston drivers, and then there's people that are fucking gas guzzlers. And that's the point, is just a constant recycle and revolve. I had a 14-person team that I managed. A lot of money going into it, probably $500-600 a week. And I fired all of them. I said, go. Because there was one bad apple in that situation. And everybody, one person starts talking, and all of a sudden it starts to fall like dominoes. And if it's like, listen, if the energy like that, I didn't need you. You needed me. Go. Be free. Just like a relationship, if you set it free and it comes back, it was meant to be. If it doesn't, then you move on to bigger and better things. So I'm back and volunteering to go at anything and everything by myself. I will crush entire teams by myself. I won't have 15 people on stage with me. I'll do it by myself. I've done as much as 40,000. I've done as little as 5. And crushed it every time, to a point that it's not even good. It gets to be bad. People's personalities get ugly when they're jealous. So they called me infamous, and it just kind of stuck. The infamous one.
Speaking of which, so tomorrow, like at your event, like, are you performing all new material, or are you bringing any like old records back and like rehashing like what?
I believe music does not age.
True.
It's only unheard.
Yep.
It's never old. It's only unheard.
True.
The people that are coming to celebrate my birthday with me are my friends. I don't think of them as fans. These are people I've spent thousands of dollars with knowledge, effort, confidence, opportunity, time, trust, faith, investment, encouragement. I've given them as much as I feel like they've given me. So oftentimes, the thing that makes me feel fulfilled the most is when it's my birthday, I want to provide opportunity. And I've been blessed with some effort that has gotten quite a lot of attention. And after all these years, it's just, it's absolutely heartfelt. I have to drink a Red Bull and smack myself so I don't get all emotional about it. Because I will. At my age, you tend to cry a little bit more. You don't take things for granted. You stop and smell the roses a little bit. And I don't feel that this is that time. I feel this is the time that a lot of people unworthy of the attention they're getting are assuming that they're there, and that caused me to diminish. And no, I left for a reason. And now I'm back, because if somebody could do what I do at the ferocity in which I do it, I wouldn't be called. No one would remember me. But if I made that level of a stamp, then that means I can't leave rap alone. The game needs me. And that's the ultimate, absolute compliment and tip of the hat from the game to my art. And for that, I will ride forever. When you respect the culture is going to give back to you. So a lot of people that have my pigmentation ask me, how do you get these opportunities? It's simple, because I know and respect the fact I'm not black. I don't try to be black. I don't want to be black. My wife is part black. One of my kids is part black. My brother is black. I have an older brother from Gambia. I just made a t-shirt for the Open Arms Foundation of West Africa to help people from Nigeria to Gambia with housing, basic food supplies. I helped do some rebranding years and years ago with Gordon Kirby, Music Inner City. I was in King County Drug Court on 25th and Jackson in the Central District. To respect a culture means they embrace you.
Right.
And more often than not, Caucasian music, it does not respect the culture. It actually kind of exploits it. And it's like, I don't pay attention to the fairy tale. What's really going on? I see when you're wearing plastic jewelry. Why are you wearing that shit? All of the gold that you see, people have seen me wear on stage is real. I've never worn fake jewelry on stage. never rapped about nothing I can't actually say is true. I've never insulted anybody that didn't have it coming, and I've never burned a bridge that wasn't already made of chopsticks. So I feel like there's a serious lack of true confidence in oneself. And like when you come in my home, knowing who I am, knowing the resume that I have, and you have this level of presentation, you have my attention a lot more than I thought I was going to give, to be honest with you. That's why I was like, whoa, okay, I see you, sir. and it's just wanting to, give that good presentation, wanting to open people's minds to a new generation of the genre. It shows that 90s music that you guys grew up on, we grew up on too. But I'm not going to run out here and pretend to be something that I'm not, or play a character. I'm the realistic, I'm realer than real. That's all you're going to get is genuine, real ass me. The bass, the treble, and the volume are turned all the way up when I'm on stage. That's the only difference. And when you're doing that, people will connect with you. Because when you're making this art, isn't it meant to invoke emotion? It's meant to make you feel something. Regardless of what it is, if you're making the listener feel the way you felt when you wrote it, you're doing your job right. And that's something that really builds relationships between a listener and an artist. And if you nurture those relationships and never leave them alone, I got some fans that have followed me since I was like 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? Scribe herself. Shit, I've known Lady Scribe for 18 years. I moved here in 2005. I met her in 2008. You know what I'm saying? And she watched a lot of negative shit, a lot of inappropriate things, a lot of ill-placed judgments, and then she would send me right in there. She'd be like, they're probably gonna not think too much of you. It's not your job to reprimand, man, that's mine. And I put my head down and I let my art do the talking. And beyond that, it's leave it up to God, baby. I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna give it 110%. I'm gonna show them who I am as a person. And if they don't like me, then somebody will. You know what I'm saying?
So I got a question about that.
Pause 1 second. I need to get water. 1 second.
Chop it up.
Okay. As you were, sir.
So I was referring more to like the difference between like MCs versus rappers, and like, because like you kind of mentioned it, like, letting the art speak for itself. For me, I know like sometimes like,
let me stop you right there real quick, because I've noticed some people have this misinterpretation of the verbiage of it. MC, rapper, and the act of rapping are all in an effort to create hip-hop. That is how it's referred to. So when somebody asks, what do you do for a living? If your main thing that you do to make money is go in a vocal booth, touch a microphone of any kind, and present yourself, you are an MC. If you make rap music, you are a rapper. You are rapping in the effort of creating what is known as hip-hop. That's kind of like if you're a roofer, you don't say, I'm roofing. You say, I'm putting on the roof in an effort to be a roofer. See what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of interpretation changes when it gets exact. You know what I mean? Continue what you were saying. I was I had like 3 other people that I had to explain that to.
No, and you're right. Because like, for me, I guess like where I was going with it was more just like with a lot of the new wave that's coming through. Like listening to you musically, right? Like lyrically, like your cadence, like you work on your flow, and like there's so much more level of detail that goes into it. For me, I struggle because I'm like, man, like I go out to support artists and I'm trying to watch stuff, and then I see them pull the stuff like what you said earlier, where they're rapping over their vocals, or they're drunk. I'll give you an example. So I'm at this show one time, and there was these artists that were performing. As they're performing on stage, they were so drunk they couldn't remember their lyrics. They're stumbling around on the stage.
What's the intent? They're making their art to create opportunity to feed an addiction. That's the intent. look at the intent. Because when you have a real intent that matches yours, or matches the level of tenacity that I have for this craft, when you have real intent, there's a level of eye of detail and a level of diligence that you'll just automatically fucking take. When it comes to taking care of your wife, there's a certain amount of, no, this is how it's going to be. When it comes to taking care of your offspring, no, this is how it's going to be. If you want to be considered a hobbyist, do whatever you want. I'm not judging.
Yeah.
If you want this as your fucking purpose, if it is the last thing you think about when you shut your eyes at night and the first thing that pops in your head when you open them in the morning, that's your purpose. I have dug ditches for this. I have served prison time for this. I've bled for this. I've cried. I've been homeless for this. I've literally slept in Seattle alleys just to make time for a stage presence and to have 2 billion shitty performances. Why? Because if you know everything that can go wrong, sooner or later it will stop going wrong because you already know what to do. That's why they say 10,000 hours creates a habit. 10,000 hours creates passion. If you haven't put in your 10,000 hours, it's easy as fuck to see it. My biggest comparison that I make, I use a lot of subliminal symbolic examples. Say your art is your ability to float on the ocean. Mind you, the ocean took the goddamn Titanic. And you have a boat.
Fact.
Okay? No matter what, there is not a human being alive that is in this business that has a completely unsinkable fucking boat. It is not if, it's just when you find where there's a leak. Your entire pursuit is to look for leaks. Oh, okay, I did this wrong, turn that up. Oh, okay, I did that wrong, turn that up. Present that. Oh, they didn't like that. Okay, go back here. Or completely trash everything that you had done and start from scratch. I am the offspring of a man who is a triplet that is the youngest of 9. I have 8 uncles in one hand, 10 altogether. That is the Elkins family. My father, Scott Sr., is the youngest of the youngest.
Wow.
And I am the youngest of the youngest of the youngest. On planet Earth, I am the most known man with the name Elkins, bar none. When you Google that name, it's the state in West Virginia, it's Travis Scott sneakers, and me. And that is because I have a level of diligence and detail that you see from jump. It's written all over my face.
Oh yeah.
I don't sidestep, I don't look around when I'm talking about my craft, I'm right in your face.
Yeah.
That is what the Bullet Club taught me. At a time where I was very sick and I was very unsure of myself. I met a man named Carl Anderson on Instagram. This is during the pandemic. I didn't leave my house for nearly a year. I was genuinely scared. I'm a survivor of respiratory stuff, you know what I'm saying? And Carl Anderson showed me the Bullet Club, and they're part of New Japan Pro Wrestling. NJPW is to Japan what WWE is to the United States.
Okay.
The difference is they also run adult film sites and have vulgarity licensing. They can cuss and swear and have bitches on their stuff. Fell in love immediately. Oddly enough, 15 years later, the Bullet Club disbanded because a lot of the guys from the original crew are now WWE superstars. Guys like Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, all products of Bullet Club. Damian Priest used to be Punishment Gonzalez in Ring of Honor and DWI. DWC, the Good Brothers, used to be in New Japan Pro Wrestling as Bullet Club. And literally Bullet Club to New Era Wrestling is what the NWO was to the 90s. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. I mean, fuck nobody say. It's a question of paying attention to an art and understanding how it's presented.
Yeah.
And if I could take the trust in my character in professional wrestling and teaching, athletes how to cut promos and things like that, and convey it into music and giving people that confidence necessary, I think you know how to do it. You just need to take a chance on yourself and stop doubting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The first major project that I had to hit over 10,000 downloads was made with nothing but a Casio pair of headphones and a laptop on it.
That's
with
real.
my daughter click-clocking in a fucking rocking chair 3 feet behind me. And if you don't believe me, I can call the woman that was in the bed next to her. Why? Because it's a bug. It's an itch.
Yeah.
And you have to scratch it. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't want to just be blabbing on. I know I'm high as a bitch right now.
No, like that's game though, bro. Like, you know, like, cause even what you were saying about like the Bullet Club and stuff, like, that's crazy. Like, most people will have like one profession that they're good at, but you've done music. You're at the top of the game in the wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all can see him in the background here, but he's got his championship belt here. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk about like the level of like dedication it takes to like be the best of the best and in different facets. Because like I think sometimes people don't understand like what it takes to have that kind of tenacity and commitment.
What do you think it would take you to give up on your dream? How far will you go before you'll fucking quit? How long can you hold on to the hot iron before you'll quit? Because if you let it go, 40 billion other motherfuckers on earth are right there begging for a shot at holding that bitch. You have the Olympic torch in your hand. It's the Olympic fucking torch. That's your dream, dog. That's your dream, dog. Like since childhood, running around with a microphone. Yeah, boy. That's your fucking dream, dog. That's your dream, dog. What will take? How much for you to quit on yourself? How much? What will it take? Would you lose a job for hip hop? Would you sleep outside for hip hop? Would you go hungry for hip hop? Would you stay sober for hip hop? Would you respect the real pioneers of the culture and be with one woman for over a decade for hip hop? Hip hop isn't what I do, it's who I am.
Yeah.
And like I told you, that intent,
Yeah.
it's written all over me. I can't hide it.
Yeah.
I be telling my wife all the time. The manager come here, she's like, "Don't tell her you smoke weed, lady. I smoke weed on the internet all the fucking time. I think she knows." I've had over 30,000 followers for nearly 8 years now. I didn't ask for that shit. I didn't pay for that shit. I didn't want that shit. I didn't require that shit. I make the content because I like making the content. That's it.
Yeah.
And if good things happen, then good things happen. But the only way that society moves forward is if we respect everybody's ability to be who they are. And for many, many years of my life, I did not like who I was and felt I needed to be someone I wasn't to appease other people. I felt like I needed to be a rapper and hide my love for professional wrestling, when in reality, my love for professional wrestling is the core of what helps me create real, relatable hip-hop. And I think about it like Ray Charles, be like country music, because it tells a story. I want to tell my story so that way other people don't go through those pitfalls.
Right.
Other people don't go through those negative sides of things. Other people don't get tested on those levels. I'm able to jump those hurdles for them. I publish for 3 artist friends of mine for many, many years now. They pay me every month to make sure all of their digital presence is there. I design all their artwork, do all their flyers. The main booker for the substation in Seattle, 28-year-old kid named Austin LaFerno. I trained him when he was 19. I trained him when he was friggin' less than 21. I think he was like 20 years old at Studio 7. One of his first major shows he promoted. So to be able to see a new generation that tell me constantly how my efforts have helped them evolve, really that's what it's for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's for. All this stuff about getting a bottle and getting a broad and getting this and getting that. Bro, I can get women anytime I want. I can get party favors anytime I want. I don't need to pay for drinks. Me and my brothers barely ever pay for drinks. I was going to bars on Capitol Hill for years. Didn't even have ID on me. But to really take your music and create opportunity and create blessings where there wasn't before you took your music there, now you're doing something. Can your music create money? And that's really something that I ask a lot of artists, like, if you're rapping over your vocal, you're not really putting 100% into that. So why should I put 100% into thinking that you're a valued asset?
That's real.
Because when you're rapping for me and I'm not paying you, you're a friend of mine in my home. But if I'm paying you to rap, then that's your job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So why not show a little bit of extra diligence to be able to do that job to the best of your ability? Some of the songs that I'll be sharing tomorrow, I've done for so many shows, like I've rehearsed today. That's it. And the level of detail I still have in my head from that will never go away. It'll be like a Rolodex in my head of all the times I've rapped each and every one of those songs. But I've thrown in some things that have that extra Scott oomph on them that I believe are a little bit different. I've been doing a lot of creative inspiration with a few friends of mine in EDM. I've been studying a lot of rock rap. Judging myself and challenging myself to be able to bring the level of art that I believe I'm worth. And if I'm asking for a high ticket value, I better be ready to deliver a high ticket value. Well, I'm not the scared, questionable 20-something anymore. I'm 44. I'm not the virtual unknown. At multiple points in my career, I've literally been known as the #1 guy in the PNW. Literally. So much so it's in the name tag. And all I want to do is enjoy myself now. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in charge of nothing. If I want to dip around the corner and smoke a blunt, I can go do so.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna stop me. I'm the headliner. Fuck you. You know?
Yeah.
I've never had that. I've always been the hungry flyer guy. I've always been the one put out the 2,000 flyers. Oh shit, Scott sold 70 tickets. Oh shit, Scott sold 250. You know? I did that 3-6 Mafia show at Studio 7. Pinheads told me I could keep my sales and never gave me any tickets. Who they fucking with? And you know what I did? I took a clipboard, grabbed a flyer off of the wall, flipped that motherfucker upside down and said, pre-sale giveaway list. Walked out back and said, pre-sale list right here. If you don't have any tickets yet, go ahead and skip that door price. I'll charge you pre-sale right now. Get your card, get you ready to go to show your ID for admittance at the door. Still made $1,960 in 4 hours. The average artist out here would have sat on his fucking hands and acted like that club needed to serve him.
Yeah.
Tracy Moody never served me once. He was not better than me. He was not anything but willing to open a door. And he said, it's going to be nasty. You're going to have to deal with dumbass rockers that don't like you, emo people that wonder why you're here. But there's a hip-hop division here that's starting to make a buzz and starting to make real money, and I'd like you to be the face and the voice of it. And if it leads you somewhere, then so be it. After 3 years of doing nothing but the big name shows, I signed a 4-year contract with Universal Music, which ended up being the biggest fucking mistake of my life.
Signed it to a major?
Oh yeah, because you're giving away the propriety and ownership of your art.
Right.
So you're no longer in control.
Right.
They're just gonna send you emails. Make a song about this. Make a song about this. What am I, a monkey? Okay, give me a flat fee per song. Wouldn't do that. All right, give me commissions on my masters. Wouldn't do that. Well, fine. Fuck you. I'm not making nothing. What? You heard me. You can freaking sell it. I'm on your team all you fucking want. I'm not moving a muscle, buddy. And that's all I did for 4 years. Ended up managing shows for them because they would not see things from the perspective of how I naturally sound when I tell the story the way I tell the story. Some people say the word I. Some people use the N-bomb. Some people use a lot of vulgarity. Some people cry when they rap. Some people... All of that deserves a platform. But I always believed in market placement and presentation.
Yeah.
And when we present ourselves next to each other, if we can seamlessly be like a movie and nobody walks out of the theater midway through, that's a good show.
True. That's right.
Because in Seattle, there's always that awkward silence between acts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why not just fucking jump up there, tell a couple of dirty jokes, grab my nuts, laugh at people? Cool. And I developed a platform for it. And I got Studio 7 and Earth Entertainment after shows so far ahead in the schedule. They're like 2 hours ahead of schedule. man, let me put a couple of my guys up there. They waxed them motherfuckers 25 each for the stage time. And it just kind of built from there. To a point that when Studio 7 closed, I was the last one to throw a major label show there. I did Ace Hood there. And that was with 4-time West Coast Artist of the Year, Mr. Benjamin.
Hey, Mr. Benjamin, shout out. And on that note, guess what, y'all? We at time. But once again, Scott Elkins in the building. You know who it is, your boy Sos Dior. Until next time, we out.
Take it, limits. We be going over time. We be going over time. We be going over time. Take it, limits. We be going over time.